I'm Anil Kumar. We will now try to understand how to find square root of negative numbers. So we are working in the domain of complex numbers. Complex numbers are numbers where you can really find square root of negative numbers, since we have imaginary number I whose square is -1. So that helps us. That is to say that square root of a -1 is I, right? So that is what it is. So we'll utilize this information and then answer our question. So the first one here is square root of -16, then we have square root of -20, square root of -32, minus of square root of -25, minus of square root of -50, minus of square root of -18. I'll do a couple of questions and leave two for you to solve and practice. Let's begin with the very first one. We have negative inside. That means square root of this negative number should be I, right? And then we have 16, which is 4 square. So we could write this as 4I, correct? Yes. How about -20? Now -20, that negative, square root of this negative is I, so that is okay. How about 20? I could write 20 as 4 times 5 is 20, right? So you could break it up as a product of a perfect square with some other number. 4 is a perfect square. Now I could write this as 2I square root 5, right? So that is the answer for this one. Next one, -32, is for you to practice. It's kind of similar to this, okay? Then we have 3 more where we'll find negative of square root of a negative number. First one is very similar to what we did earlier, but with a negative. I'll leave this for you to practice and continue with the other two. Negative, and then square root of -50. We know square root of -1 is I, so I'll take this out and break 50 into two numbers. 25 times 2. Why did I use 25 times 2 and not 5 times 10? Well, because 25 is a perfect square, and I could write this as -5I square root 2, right? Since 25 is 5 square, that is why. Let's do the next one. So minus I, since negative square root is I, 18. Again, I'll split. Write it as 9 times 2, since 9 is a perfect square. That is the strategy, okay? So -3I square root 2 is our answer. I'd like you to go through this exercise. It seems to be simple, but it gives you an idea of how to work out these square roots also, along with the complex number I. I'm Anil Kumar. You can always share and subscribe my videos to learn. Thank you and all the best.